Alright, let's see how this sounds. Does 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Alright. So, tonight's flight is maybe the last flight for the numbers challenge. Depends on if we go the whole way or not. But let me switch to here. Let's see if this is going to work. So we're going to go from Lima 88, which is New Kiama, all the way, which is northwest of LAX, north of Santa Barbara. And we're going to head all the way down to Lima 90, which is Acotilla. Don't know if I'm saying that right. We may cut the flight short if it gets too dark or I get tired or something for French Valley. I've never been in French Valley. It looks like a pretty long runway. So we're, about an hour maybe from sunset. That should get us maybe over LAX by sunset. We'll see how this goes. But I have a preliminary route here. I like to try to use some VORs for backup. So we're going to, not sure about this part. I might try to take this little basin where it's the perennial lake, I guess, or river. Obviously, we have the MTR that's there. Try to pick our way through, and then we'll hit the Fillmore VOR. And then what we're going to do is try to take the, I think it's a coastal route. Let's double check here. I had this up earlier in the TAC chart. Didn't want to get too high, so wanted to use the coastal route, so we'll be at 5,500. And that starts on the LAX 323 radial, beam the Sepulveda Pass, and then dumps us out by the St. Vincent Bridge. So we'll get a nice little flight over LAX. Got to stay on that radio, got to stay at that altitude, and we'll, right about this point here, we'll try to pick up, we'll be at 5,500. We'll try to, actually by Santa Ana, we'll try to pick up clearance for the coastal route transition with SoCal Approach. Then we'll head east, kind of along the coast a little bit. Try to fly over top LAX, or sorry, John Wayne. And then probably head over Lake Elsinore. And then we'll see what happens. My concern is getting through this mountainous terrain. Airport is basically sea level. And want to do this with light. And I like kind of doing it with real time. So I'm on Central Time, so it kind of makes it kind of nice where I get about an hour or two, depending on how quickly I get down here after the kids go to bed, to sneak a flight in. So we'll see what happens. We'll take a look at New Kiama. Winds look like they're going to favor, what is it, runway 29. So let's see here. Flew in here a couple days ago. Not too much going on. Unattended, no lights. Right traffic pattern 11. That's really about it. So we'll check the windsock before we connect to PilotEdge, and haven't done any of the pre-checks yet, so we'll start doing that now. Switch over, and we'll get started. Recently redid my cabling for my PC, so we'll see if I run into any unexpected issues here, like no rudders, or just another good reason to run a pre-flight check, I guess. Hide those guys. Alright, we will power on master, get the lights on. Pitot, lower the flaps. Well, that's working pretty good. Alright, right flap, right aileron, right strobe, right nav, right landing light. Take the tie downs and the chunks. Some fuel. Bellow looks good. Check the oil. Still, every time I do this, I try to remind myself to figure out a way to zoom in on that, but have not quite figured that out. Alright, we got left landing light, that strobe, and nav lights look good, and we'll can't test the pitot heat like we could before, but just assume that's good here. We'll check the amp draw in the plane. That looks good. Tail. Good. Alright, beacon working. Hop on in. Alright, fuel. Got about 40 gallons. Should have about 40 gallons left here. So that looks pretty good. Alright. So grab our checklist. Wherever I put it here. External visual inspection complete, fuel quantity. Can't look in, so we're going to say good. Oil level is good. Controls 3 and correct. Let me check the... See if I can do that here. Check the rudder. Alright, rudder looks good. Rudder pedals are connected. Alright, check the fuel, check the lights. Flaps are down. Master switch off. Okay, so we got parking brake. Yeah. A2A. Maybe that's a bug or something. Alright, so actually before we start, we are going to release the brakes. And we're going to try to tow. Push this back. Yeah, brakes are off. Chocks are gone. I haven't tried to do this in oh, there we go. First time in 2024. There we go. Ooh, look at that. Left the fuel flap up. Fuel open. Did not know that was a thing. I don't think that was modeled. I just never did it. And that's cool. Alright. I guess that's part of the walkthrough mode now. I wonder what would happen if you actually took off. That was not the right way to do things here. Let's try that again. Door. That's fun. I wonder if you leave like the fuel cap open or something, if it'll yell at you. You start losing fuel. Alright, so now let's try this. Parking brake is set. Belts and harness is good. Avionics master off. Fuel selector set to both. Circuit breakers all in. Carb heat full cold. No alt static source. Controls were free and correct. Door is latched. Throttle 1/4 inch open. Mixture full rich, prop full forward, beacon light on. Master switch on. Fuel pump on. I don't know how far we're going to get before sunset. Might be sunset even before we get to LAX. 2. 3. So I open that little flap, clear prop. Feet on brakes. 1,000 RPM, oil pressure increasing, oil temperature looks good, amps are 0. little bit of movement in that ammeter. Forgot to turn off the fuel pump. Do better next time. Alright, flaps retract. Primer in and locked. Landing gear in the off position. Avionics master on. Check OBS here. That was pretty good. Hopefully the sound levels are coming in pretty good. Hopefully I'm sounding pretty good. Leave off here. Flaps retracted. Primers locked. Gear off. Gear light looks good. Avionics master on transponder. Gonna go at 1200. Swap. C. What if this horizon was good? Aircom indicator 0. Altimeter field height. Yukiyama is 22. Just over 2200. Got my back a little bit. Go there. So 29er, 9er 2. Oop, got that button the first time. So we got 22 U's. So we should have 36 or so. Let's see, what do we expect? I don't know if plenty of fuel. Am I gonna need 24? Yeah. We do have to fill up. New Kiyama does not have fuel, but French Valley, let's check. Has fuel. So that might be another reason to stop off at French Valley. I tried making the iPad a little bit bigger, so we'll see if that helps at all. Anyway, engines are warming up. Braking brake we're going to release. Taxi light on here. Make that a little more quiet. Alright, so we are at Nukiyama. Let's check that windsock real quick here. Not connected to PilotEdge yet, so hopefully windsock actually looks like it's kind of favoring oh, it is 11 in the sim. I guess it's 10, but so we're good. That'll make it easier on us. Alright, so we have that set. Check steering. Actually, we'll do this here. Looks good. Alright, looks good. Let's do a taxi now. I'm having an issue with GPS here. Huh. Not showing up on my side. Let me check something here. It was showing up. JDI's working. Just not showing up for some reason. Avionics aren't on. Everything's plugged in. Trying to stop glass out and start it back. Trying to need the avionics, but they're not on in the plane. Circuit breaker? I don't think I've had this before. here. It's just something with the avionics. Beacon radios, nav 1 complement. Definitely shuts off comms. There it goes. Flipped the breaker, came back on. That'll be interesting. Alright, so we are going to go in the radio setup for the I-10 from before, so let's switch this back 1229.
System test okay.
So that was the nav 1 or com 2 radio. File that in the bank to remember. Let's see if there's a frequency 4. Radio, no, there's nothing. So what we'll do is 12655 for Joshua approach. Just have that in there, and then we'll just have 12655, and then we'll just have a 121.5 for com 2. Alright, so after that fun little issue with the circuit breaker, we got reset here. Cool. So we're going to do a quick little run up here. We'll put just the CDI mode for right now. 2000. Engines. Looks good. Controls are free, correct. Make sure I'm probably full forward. Actually, we're going to lean a little bit because we're at 2,000 feet. Alright, back check. Check the right. Now the 80-90 job. Check the left. 90 job. That looks good. Looks like the prop 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Hold it 15. Make sure it's steady. Steady. Idle check. Auto check looks good. Alright. So, doors and seatbelts are good. Fuel selector on both. Flaps going to be up for this one. Rudder trim, elevator trim are set. Engine gauges look normal. Make a call on CTAF 1229. Make sure no one's coming. So we got runway clear, departure clear, approach clear. Let's check the traffic. Traffic looks clear for ADSB. Alright, let's connect the PilotEdge, right? Forgot to do that. Double check for traffic, I guess. Wait for PilotEdge to connect, but we still look good. 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 Alright, PilotEdge is connected. Right. Nukiyama traffic, Comanche 280 aircraft, taking runway 11, straight out departure Nukiyama. Lights, camera, transponder set. Line up. Runway 11, even though it's made at 10. Alright, we're gonna go. Brakes on. Gauges look good. We're going to set engine. Take up RPM. Engine gauges look good. Still look good. Airspeed's alive. Looking for 85 knots. 60, 70, 85. On the right, geared up and away. Remaining gone. Check those engine temps. Trim up here a little bit. There's the part I'm not sure about. I kind of had to get through. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Did not set my directional gyro, so I have no clue which way I'm actually facing. Somewhere around the 12 for right now. Look at it. Dial in here. That was a dumb mistake. I've forgotten to do that in a while. Alright, 1, 2, or 1, 1. Pretty close. Alright. Put the nose down a little bit. What I'm not sure about is how we're going to pick our way through some of the mountains. I'd like to stay at 5,500. But that's not possible. They're definitely hot on the cylinder heads. There we go. Alright, 1,000 feet. Fuel pumping off. We're going to go 24, 24. We'll lean as best we can. Basin kind of cuts ahead of it. We're going to try to take that. Definitely to the right of that peak. There's twin peaks that are ahead of us. Or we can. Now we're not going that way. We're going this way. So see if we can fly between them. All right. Yeah, looking at the terrain. See what happens when we have 50 more, almost at 5,000 now. See what clears up here. Alright, I think I see where we're in. Good way to go. Coming up to 5,500 here. We're going to level out. Going to look to about 20.5. That speed creep up a little bit. Low point there, I think is what we're going to shoot for. Okay, I'm a traffic Comanche 280 to the southeast, 5,500. Departing area over Basin. Alright, we're gonna go back to 21. We're at 20.3. 21. Alright, there we go. Level out a little bit. Start leaning. Oh, sorry, not 01. It's 10, it's the other way. Alright, we're gonna follow this flood basin, or whatever this is. Looks like we'll follow that to the right and then around this peak. We should be okay. Alright, empty gauges look good. Fuel pump is off. Mixture, RPM. Power set. Traffic. Like 20 miles off our right side. Lower than us, so I'll be hitting this in apartment. Probably should climb if it was real life. I guess I'd probably end up climbing and not doing this, but we'll keep the course here. In the sim, and if we need to climb, we will, but alright, start getting feel more VOR. Is it feel more? Yeah, FIN. We're gonna hit I have been having some issues with my display. I think it's a... Whoa! Issues with everything. That's a USB hub problem. Figured that out later on. That was crazy. Probably should have started my... That was nuts. I flew everything off. So if it happens again, I think it's a power issue. Alright, so... finish entering those in later on. No, we are going to climb. We're down to 7,500. Just to get over here and we'll head back down. Just monitor Joshua approach. Which time we made the call. Don't want to bother the controllers. Bother them later on. 6,000. weird when that happened. One monitor went out, but then I lost the controls, so I thought it was just power to the one monitor, but evidently more than that. So weird, because the USB hub should be powerful enough, but I think it's 90 watts. There's no way I'm pulling 90 watts, I don't think. Alright, so climbing up to 7,500. This is an MTR, so I'm just trying to cross here as quickly as possible. Nothing with Joshua Approach, 12655. We'll switch over to SoCal Approach once we get closer to the Fillmore VOR. Alright, coming up to 7,500. One target 20 miles to the east, but that's it. Keep an eye out for the military jets. Alright, going to 75. Those peaks to the left a little bit. That should get us back on track. We should be able to pick up Fillmore. Let's see. Fillmore VOR is 1125. Definitely the Fillmore VOR. Let's throw this in here. Should have turned it the other way. Alright, that away. And Fillmore will keep going. Intercept the LAX radio. Might as well get LAX program in here. 1136. Get those in back it up to 136. Yeah, it's getting it. Maybe. Yeah. Nothing on that. Switch over to primary, we'll double check it. 1204. We'll try to switch over to that. 1204. See if that's any better. But we're basically on 120 as well, so we need to that guy in there. There we go. Now we're set finally on the DJ. That's why it's good to do it on the ground. Alright. Alright, let's look. Signal degradation. That's pretty cool. Double check. We'll do the coastal route transition. Coastal route. It's going to be from the LAX 232 by the Sepulveda Pass, southbound on the 323 radial after crossing, reaching outbound on the 123 radial until exiting Class Bravo. Turn on the cabin heat a little bit. A little bit of a tailwind. Some time after Fillmore. Fillmore VOR 1125.
I didn't see the arrow. Thank you. For 447 correction.
November with Charlie, Sierra, Delta Romeo, and Palm Springs. Request the RNAV runway 31 with sector 2, whatever.
Sierra cleared. Palm Springs Airport needed direct thermal. Gain 4,000 until Kate. Cleared RNAV, so the runway 31 left approach.
Runway 31 left approach. Direct thermal, maintain 4,000 until
We'll head down pretty quick here. Free speed. Try to head down to 500. No real airspace concerns. 1204. Yep. 7,000, 1,500 to go. But we really care about the Sepulveda pads, I guess. Alright, 300 to go. Let's descend a little bit. We're in the yellow. So we're going to dial in the 323. There we go. So now we're at 5,500. Autopilot here just to get our bearings. Alright, so 10-3. We're at 5,500 now, so we're going to be at 20.5. Alright, cool. So, get a little bit closer. As soon as you make that turn, call up SoCal. And 1,200 crossing underneath us right to left, so that's in there. Ah, right there. Yeah, lots of traffic. 900 feet. Oh, I had a heart attack there. I thought the blue line for our flight plan was the blue line for LAX, and that was in their airspace. That would not have been very good.
John Wayne clearance 044 and 74 X-ray on that bar. John Wayne with Romeo and Indian 110.
X-ray John Wayne clear. Clear John Wayne Airport on departure. Flight heading 220 over Victor Seal Beach direct. Maintain 2000. Expect 3000 once they're been south to departure. Departure frequency 128.1 squawk 7265.
Clear to John Wayne on departure, heading up 220, radar vector, Seal Beach, 2000, 3010 minutes. Frequency 128.1, transponder 7265, 447 for X-ray.
323 in the tail,
Support X-ray by native.
which puts it on the 1-4.
Confirm I do have room in.
Double check here. We're at 109. All right. So we'll go ahead here and call up SoCal approach. We are 8 west of the Van Nuys VOR type PA24. Request flight following, or no, sorry, request coastal route transition. All right, 1204. We're well above that. We are 1342. All right, 1342. SoCal approach, Comanche 280 Golf, 5 west of the Van Nuys VOR. Request a coastal route transition. We're at 5,500 and we're type PA24.
John Sierra contact Palm Street Tower 109.7.
119.7, right there, 1 Charlie.
280 Golf. SoCal approach 546 like that.
5462 ident, Comanche 280.
Yankee contact SoCal approach 127.4.
Alright, should have done that sooner.
SoCal approach, McBrain Echo Yankee checking in, level 9000.
Yankee SoCal approach, Roger, John Wayne altimeter 2986.
2986, yep.
724, 1 Charlie Sierra in 31 left.
280 Golf contact SoCal approach 134.9.
1349 or 280.
210 SoCal approach. Palm Springs Tower runway 31 left, clamp 310 at 18 guts 27.
31 left, clear to land. November 1 Charlie.
Tower approach, Comanche 28 circle off 5,500 level. Request closer route transition.
280 SoCal approach. Your rear contacts 5 miles southwest of Van Nuys. And clear to Bravo expansion closer southbound maintain for 5,500 while the Bravo airspace LA altimeter 2987.
Alright, clear to the Bravo, maintain VFR 9087, and clear for the coastal route southbound, Comanche 28 circle. 2987.
20, clear to Sierra Eagle Airport, North Carolina departure Las Vegas. That's followed, climbing 6 and maintain 5,000. Approach frequency 135.1, squawk 536.
Ground Arrow 4474 X-ray, ready for taxi the airport.
74 X-ray, John Wayne, ground, runway 20 right, taxi to Bravo Kilo.
9020 right, via Bravo Kilo, departure.
Cool. Alright, now we're tracking that radio, so when we get to LAX, we're going to make sure we're on that. Basically, just right of 15. Yep. Basically, we're on 15. We're going to switch to the double check that. We're going to switch to the 123 radio. So we'll go ahead and throw this in here. That'll be 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 radio.
7241 Charlie Sierra, runway 31 west, maintain the hotel going to Comanche.
Sierra taxi, signature, via Whiskey 3.
Yeah, Whiskey 3, November 1 Charlie Sierra, good night.
So basically, it's going to be a turn. Turn left to 1, 2, 3. Check that radio. So right before we get to the, actually let's look around a little bit. It's part of the fun, right? LAX. What's my frame rates doing? I got to do that readback a little bit better. I heard most of it, and I kind of know what he's gonna say, but I think if for whatever reason they slipped in something that was a little bit different, then I would miss it, because I'm trying to focus on, I'm not getting all of it, so I gotta listen to that back and read it, transcribe it, and then just read it back a few times. It's pretty cool. Get that marine layer, I guess they call that. Alright, so we're coming up to the VR 2 miles away. When we get there, we're going to make a left turn and track the 123 radial. So now that we're pretty close, we're going to set to heading mode. We're going to change the radial to the 123 radial. It's 120, 121, 23. And when we get over top, we're going to basically turn that direction once that VOR flips. Need to turn just a little bit. Alright. There's the flip. 1, 2, 3. Double check that's the 1, 2, 3. Yes, oh yeah, it's 1, 2, 3 radial. That should be coming in. Then we can flip to track that VOR here. Or that radial outbound. That looks pretty good. Wind's pushing us from behind a little bit, but alright, so Torrance airspace 2400. We are at 5500. We're going to overfly that completely. And we're on the route anyway.
Are you here and departing from here going to St. Gabriel?
I don't know, zigzagging a little bit here. Curious.
070 down to 5,000 for you.
Alright, so cross over here, and we'll do left-hand turn. We'll head to 1172. That cut out on my side, or overall?
Hotel gentlemen, clearance on departure flight 340, maintain VFR out of below 2,400. Departure frequency 128.1, squawk 1367.
And I definitely should have called earlier on the requesting the transition. I didn't want to do it too far out, and then instead I did it too close because I had a couple frequency changes. 1349. Trying to see if there's... It was contact approach on 1342. Okay, so I didn't mess that up. It just handed me off. Alright. Should have... I know it gave him a lot to worry about, so... Alright, so what we're going to do here is add... I remember the time I was flying I'm busy tonight. Alright, let's just double check before. Shelf there starts at 8 when I get out of this route. The next one starts at 7, and there's nothing over John Wayne. There's a little segment at 40 and 54, but it's so short, I don't think that's going to be a problem. Then it drops to 44. Then we'll hit El Toro. So we'll flip the VOR to El Toro. It's, I can't. 1172, it gets it right down to parts it there. And he's going to release me. I'm going to say no to flight following. We'll make that turn out. Still in the Bravo. They'll probably tell me cleared out of the Bravo, maintain VFR. Squawk VFR would be my guess. Leaving the Bravo. No, we'll no flight following. 280. Alright, squawk VFR. Thanks for the help. 280.
John Wayne Tower, 044, 7 right, ready, 1 short, 20 right at Kilo, ready for departure.
474 X-ray, John Wayne Tower, runway 20 right at Kilo, go takeoff.
Alright, so we'll switch to heading mode here. We will put in Fillmore. See, I like this guy because I feel like if I make a mistake, he's going to let me know, and that's what I want out of this. Alright, we're going to be looking to head to winds, basically direct tailwind. So double check airspace 87, we're good there. Head to El Toro. El Toro is ELB. So we'll delete. Done. Come on now. We'll drag this guy to El Toro. Oh, look, he's already there. Waypoints. Nope. Navigation. There. Alright, cool. So let's double check. Alright. So you got a couple other routes. I like this one because it was lower, though I didn't really look out the window. I should have. I gotta get some exterior views here, I feel like. That's really pretty looking. I know it's just a game, but it's still cool.
020, rated.
Double check. 8 and 7. We're at 55.
5,906.
Let's do something here. Let's just double check. Altimeter 1260. So we're only skirting it by 100. I got Natus. 126. What did I mess up? 1260. I should be getting Natus from there. 8 is information. Huh. Active. Com 2. Ah, not on both.
John Wayne Airport, 8 is information, Romeo. 015, rated 420, now departure, contact 186, maintain 7,010. View bound at 2,800. Temperature 21, 2.1 airway, turn altitude, right 6.
8 and 6. Alright, 2086. 9086. Let's go.
Sky off at 5,500. Looking for the traps.
I got got some traffic off our right hand side, 1,000 when that guy's going. He's reducing, so he should be out on this side. Almost off. That might be me. He's 3,000. I'm 5,500 going eastbound, so that's right. He's right over the shoreline. Directly below us, 16. As soon as we get past here, he's right ahead, 500 below. I heard Microsoft Flight Sim doesn't draw all the traffic sometimes, so maybe that's why I don't see him. Alright, we're gonna hit LB 5,500. Should be right off our right wing. Check that on the tracker. Yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll land in French Valley. That'll be kind of fun. It's I-8. Catalina? Alright, see one of them, 1,000 feet. See, this is where...
Make a turn promptly at 700 feet, and you're ready to contact Scottsdale.
Altitude, 650, climbing 2,630.
That's not him, that's somebody else.
Contact departure.
Contact departure, 6,500.
Okay, traffic no factories, turn to the east. I see him, sir. I don't physically see, I see him on the chart. We're actually fly heading 300. 300, that's correct, right? For actually, you're going to have some kind of sim rate issue there. Your flight's going to be a really long flight at that speed there.
Alright, just making sure I'm in this, yeah, I'm above.
Skyhawk 65 feet right hotel, 1,800 climbing count.
653 Hotel, SoCal, departure cancel, altitude restriction, visit 1 navigation.
Alright, so the guy to my left,
Altitude restriction, navigation 65 feet.
guy in front's a drone.
4 X-ray flighting 360.
He's on the ground? He's gotta be like on the ground.
Yankee flighting 080.
080 investigate.
Alright.
420 Los Angeles, climate tape level 350. Yankee 3 miles from Snake, turn right heading 170, maintain 3,000.
I guess he just landed. One to our left hand side. 700 below. 800 below. Upper left hand side. I don't see him. Alright, so we're almost at the El Toro VOI. Those big peaks are to our left. Don't see the lake yet. French Valley does have I got another monitor. It's gotta be a power issue. There's the little jolt from the wheel. That's so weird. Oh, gotta stand up my second hub then. Alright, engine gauges look good. We are still at 20.5, 21, and 10.3. So we will be at 20.5. There we go. Calibrate. We are going to be just right east 2, 3.
Wrong frequency.
All right, so airport is at 13.5, so we got to lose 4,000. So we need to do 8 minutes. 8 minutes is gonna be, what is our ground speed? Dude, geez, we got a good tailwind, so 3. So we need to go, what, 8 minutes, 3 miles a minute. 21 miles out, which should put us another 6 miles before we have to descend. Alright, airspace wise, let's take a look. We are clear over top. We are going to switch to 1241 just to monitor. And we're going to switch to 1228. Monitor A1 119.025. Now, because it's not X-plane, we're going to have to take a look at the weather via in-game. John Wayne, did I switch? 11902. It's not picking anything up now, so we'll have to wait. It's one thing I wish X-Plane had. You got a target 1,000 below. There he is. So we're monitoring 1241 over this mountain, French Valley. So kind of nestled in there. Let's switch over to the sectionals. The edge of the tag chart, and it seems to mess it up sometimes. So what we'll do is we'll turn the autopilot on, but the autopilot anywhere. Then to the right here. We will not overfly the wilderness area. not, we have weather from is that Air Force Base. Alright, so on the other side of this should be a lake. What I didn't factor in on planning is the fact that I probably couldn't see the lake because of the mountains, so that's a good thing to keep an eye on. If there's mountains and then a lake, you're probably not going to see it.
And SoCal approach, what ground speed are you reading for 447 pressure?
Not a ground speed thing, though. I think it was a...
So far, it's still showing, it's showing about 140 knots over the ground, but again, your actual, like you're going about half of that, about 70 knots.
Interesting. Okay. I might have to terminate this early and check on some stuff.
It's usually a graphics thing or too much scenery. So far, it's heading 20.
Heading 0207 pressure. Yeah, thanks for the exhibit.
West, over the tower. Every contact Java Tower 126.8.
Over to tower 8 Yankee.
See if we can get a meet time.
Echo Yankee.
Alright. I can pull it up in flight plan go. So there's the lake. You can begin descending. We'll pull it out to about 15. We are at winds 220. Oh no, 190. So we're going to be right base 18.
70 knots shouldn't be too bad. The 40 would be probably an hour and a half or something.
Yeah, that would be ridiculous.
Make sure not to get too close to. We're going to go right over the center of the lake. Right on the southern side of the lake. Make sure not to get too close to. Is the airplane down there? Nope. The outer shelf of. No.
39 Hotel, Red Service terminates, call K4, exchange approved.
Okay, far, exchange routes. It's about 300 a minute.
We are 18 out, so. Right. Southern side of the lake. Oh, we'll get in just before sunset. That'll be fun. Alright, so we have descent, propellers, cruise RPM. We're at 21. We're going to pull out
John Wayne
12.
Ground, 8 Echo Yankee, parking straight ahead. Tower, November 8 Echo Yankee, clear 0 active, just parking straight ahead. Every text straight ahead, parking okay.
So we'll cross midfield. That'll give us some time to descend. We'll turn left downwind midfield entry. We'll see pattern entry if there's anything different for pattern entry. And then we'll switch it
Boston
over.
Tower, Sky 653, Niner Hotel, 10 miles
There we go. Let's see. Service, fuel. Can't call the airport. Okay. So unless I missed it, downwind runway is 18. It's not calm wind. So we'll fly this way. See if we can spot the airport. Oh man, is that it there? No, it's further up. So that would be way too close. Alright, so we're at 12. Plenty of time. We're going to level out around, what's the airport now? 1350, so 24. So we got 1,000 to go. We are on 1228, which is CTAF, and I'll just check one more time to see if we can actually get it. No, nothing. Alright, so RPMs for 24 is going to be 21.2. What are we, about 10 to the west here? 9. French Valley, 1228. Just double check this as 1228. French Valley traffic, Comanche 280 off, 9 to the west. 2,700. Plan to cross midfield, enter left, direct left downwind for runway 18. French Valley.
Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead.
There we go, 21. 24, there we go. Airport should be straight ahead. There's the beacon, look at that. Sweet. Alright, we'll get level and set here. We'll have to cruise a little bit, put a little more RPM. French Valley traffic, Comanche 280 Golf, 5 to the west, 2,400. Plan to cross over midfield, enter direct for left downwind 18 to French Valley. Beacon. So I should have looked at the AFD. Beacon's going to be located basically just on the 18 side of the runway. And on the, I should have looked. My side. Yeah, so that's where we're kind of heading for. We want to slow up. French Valley traffic, Comanche 280 Golf, 3 to the west, 2,300. Direct entry into left downwind for 18, French Valley. Good. There's a beacon. Alright, we gotta target 600 feet in the pattern. 700 feet above turbo? Just a drone. French Valley traffic, Comanche 280 go up, midfield 2,300, direct entry, left downwind 18. Right, so we are over top. Coming that way. Turn on track IR here. There we go, fuel pumps on. There's the runway. Go out a little bit further. We'll take this road here. Actually, we'll dip. Make sure no one's there. Good. French Valley traffic, Comanche 280 go off left downwind 18 French Valley. Alright, now prop, pull. A little bit lean on the mixture. Oh, 18, so we should be here. Gear down. 1 notch of flaps. The traffic is now gone. Alright, we got gas, looks good, undercarriage down and locked. Mixture full rich. Mixture just a little bit lean and full rich, pops full forward. French Valley traffic, Comanche 280 took off left. Base, geez, 18, French Valley. There's the runway. 1 more notch of flops. Bring this out. French Valley traffic, Comanche 280 took off final 18, French Valley.
500.
Nice final notch of flaps. We are at French Valley. We're landing 18. Alright, we got gas is good. Undercarriage down and locked. Mixture just shy of full ridge, prop full forward. Seat belts and switches. Look good. We got fuel pump on. Alright, we'll pull this back a little bit. It's a cool airport. I'm a little low now. Get it at 85 knots. Charlie traffic, Comanche 280 up short final 18, French Valley. Pull it out, and I'll cross one from the right. Loaded. Come on. Nice. Right. Flaps up. You'll bump off. So we'll go to the next one. We'll take this one. Yeah, we'll go to the next one. Should be coming up here momentarily. There it is. Leave for taxi. French Valley traffic, Comanche 280 took off clear 18, French Valley. Okay, lean, good. Alright, landing light, strobe light off. Do that. Keep the taxi light on, rotate the beacon on. Alright. Fuel pump off, flaps are retracted, strobes are off, mixture is leaned. Alright, let's take a look at where we're going. Honestly, flight center, executive flight center. say anything on here. This is where I think ForeFlight kind of tells you a little bit more. Be nice to have. We'll head to we'll just go to the right, upper limit aviation. Alright, French Valley Traffic Comanche 28 aircraft taxiing to First Valley Aviation. Go right to the base of the tower. This is sloppy. It's like I've never worked rudder pedals. What is it called? Upper limit aviation. Seems like a fun place to go. At the base of the beacon, we just watch the beacon. Yeah, we'll do that. Cool. Alright, sir, you can't park here. Alright, so we're going to set 1800 RPM. We are squawking VFR. We're going to go avionics off, landing light off. Parking brake is set. That's good. 1200. What time is it local here? 10:30. So by 10:30, I just have kind of last light here. That's good to know for right now. Alright, we're going to go make sure idle cutoff. Magnetos off. Rotating beacon off. Master switch off. Cool. Change the fuel tanks to off. Cool. It's fun. Door open? What is that? No. That's the fuel door. That just, huh. Wish I can go under there and see what that is. Alright, this place looks like a place where I can have my plane washed, so I have to remember to get fuel. Did it actually wash the plane and clean the bugs? It did. Look at that. Fastest car wash ever. Alright, tie downs. 1, 2, 3. Jocks. 1, 2. What is that thing? Just aerodynamics. Never realized it before. Alright. Well, that's it. We'll do part 2 another night. Another day. Go back and check the audio levels, make sure everything sounds good, and figure out those disconnect issues with those monitors. So I think I'm gonna need more power. Come on, why can't I hop up? Those. There we go. Is there a lock on this too? I guess that's the keys, right? Yeah. Alright, we'll go back to... Oh, there the light came on, so that was perfect timing. We'll go back to briefing real quick. And, I guess just recap. Went from L88, Fillmore VOR, asked for a very late what ended up being a very late after a frequency change. Coastal route transition, flew that pretty well. Granted, I was using autopilot and tracking the VORs, but on the Comanche, it's not super simple because of the autopilot. So, I still got to be able to hand fly this myself eventually. But crossed over top John Wayne, probably got called out for traffic for somebody. They mentioned a Comanche. Did not fly into the wilderness area, and honestly had a pretty good direct pattern entry to a left downwind 418. Could have waited another 3 or 4 seconds before turning final, but honestly went better than I normally do. So then tomorrow is going to be French Valley to real quick flight, Acotillo, and we'll see what we're going to do here. I don't know about the mountains. We got to come down. It might be cool to go north through Palm Springs and then down this way into it instead of going the other way. Going over the mountains might be a more fun route, so we'll see. But till next time, see you.